Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on the Green Man Gaming Bundle RPG Icons Bundle of December 2025. To help me answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and support the channel in the process. Before I begin, I'd like to thank you the viewers for watching my silly videos. I hope they're helpful. Most importantly, knowing that you're watching it means the world. Anyway, let's get into this. At number 1 we have, at number 9 we have, Mythforce, a roguelike dungeon crawler that blends nostalgic Saturday morning cartoon vibes with familiar gameplay mechanics. In this game, you take control of one of the 4 cartoonish heroes, each with unique abilities, and delve into procedurally generated dungeons filled with skeletons, goblins, and other classic foes. You will find yourself in a world that looks straight out of an 80s cartoon, complete with vibrant colors and a catchy theme song that practically shouts, "You can do it!" Despite this, the game does not fully embrace its cartoonish premise. Instead, it focuses more on delivering a solid, if predictable, roguelike experience. The combat is straightforward, with melee and ranged options that feel satisfying, though a bit sluggish at times. Some mechanics, like the parry system, might frustrate you due to inconsistent timing and enemy attack warnings. However, the variety of enemies and the occasional surprises, like treasure pots that turn into sticky traps, keep things interesting. As you progress, you'll gather gold, perks, and magical items to beef up your hero, though the upgrades and menus can be a bit clunky. While the game is enjoyable solo, it truly shines in co-op mode, where you and your friends can bash betties and share some laughs. Mythforce may not revolutionize the genre, but it offers a fun, low-pressure dungeon crawl perfect for a laid-back weekend with friends. If you love nostalgia and simple roguelike action, this one's worth a try. At number 2 we have Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition, a visually upgraded rendition of the original game, complemented by a few enticing additions, including the introduction of a new character. True to the essence of a remarkable RPG, players have the liberty to create their own character, deciding their appearance, race, stats, and class. The diverse array of classes, each with its distinct strengths and weaknesses, significantly influences gameplay, offering ample replay value. Furthermore, each character embarks on their personal quests, culminating in unique endings, fostering an immersive and personalized experience. For those who journeyed through Baldur's Gate 1 Enhanced Edition, the story continues from the Sword Coast events, as the protagonist falls into the clutches of a mysterious and formidable mage. A fortuitous invasion of the dungeon grants you and your allies a chance to escape, yet one comrade stumbles and becomes ensnared by the malevolent mage. Thus, your pursuit to liberate your companion and unravel the enigma of the mage takes shape, unraveling a captivating narrative brimming with intrigue and unexpected twists. It is recommended to play Baldur's Gate 1 first, as Baldur's Gate 2 frequently references events from its predecessor. Encouraging exploration and engagement in side quests, the game rewards players with the acquisition of powerful items and progressively unveils more of the expansive world map, enriching the overall narrative. The characters, including party members and NPCs, are brought to life with full voice acting, imbuing them with distinct personalities. Your party's moral alignment, whether perceived as good, neutral, or evil, is molded by the choices you make, amplifying the significance of your decisions within the game's universe. Baldur's Gate 2 eschews hand-holding, expecting players to either possess prior knowledge or acquire wisdom through their experiences in the game. Battles demand strategic planning, meticulous management of offensive and defensive abilities, and anticipation of enemy movements and attacks. The combat experience, highly strategic and addictive, may be approached with clever dialogue choices, enabling the avoidance of conflict altogether, thus empowering players to shape their own unique gameplay style. Progression in the game is fueled by accumulating experience points, achieved through completing main and side quests or engaging in combat. These points can be invested in stat upgrades or enhancing weapons, facilitating micromanagement of the game's composition and abilities. While the graphics may not meet contemporary standards, Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition stands the test of time as a classic RPG. For those who prioritize captivating storytelling over cutting-edge visuals and relish the essence of a true RPG experience, Baldur's Gate 2 is an absolute must-play. At number 3 we have Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, a polished re-release of the 1998 classic, serving as a comprehensive digital simulation of an epic Dungeons & Dragons campaign. While it retains the original's dated visual aesthetic, you might find it resemble something scraped off a shoe. It brings the legendary RPG to modern platforms with resolution upscaling and quality of life improvements. You begin your journey by crafting a hero within the complex D&D framework or choosing a pre-made character like the legendary Dirk Thruster. As a young orphan fleeing the scholarly halls of Candlekeep, You are thrust into a world of rising tensions and mystery. Though the myriad of systems may initially feel like a slog, you'll find that once you learn the rhythm of the combat and party management, the experience becomes incredibly natural. The writing is the true star here. You'll appreciate how the narrative remains grounded, avoiding walls of fantasy jargon in favor of relatable characters and a refreshingly slow burn plot. The game encourages you to use your imagination, capturing the spontaneity and humor of a tabletop session with friends. However, you must prepare for some retro frustrations. Inventory management is an endless bore without auto-sorting or easy comparisons, and repetitive voice lines from your 6 party members can become grating. Despite these legacy quirks, the game shines as a questing simulator. Whether you're returning a polymorph chicken to human form or braving Durlag's tower, you'll find a rewarding timeless adventure awaiting you on the Sword Coast. And number 4 we have Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, a highly approachable RPG that appeals to both seasoned players and newcomers alike. An interdimensional rift has torn open, unleashing an overwhelming terror upon the realm. Despite valiant efforts by various nations to repel the enemy, victory remains elusive. Now, an opportunity arises for you to quell this menace, yet the path to success is far from straightforward. Your actions will initiate a cascading sequence of events, forever altering both your destiny and the world at large. This game distinguishes itself as an accessible RPG title by progressively introducing diverse game systems, sparing players from an overwhelming information overload. Embracing a more traditional RPG style, it offers a gradual, immersive experience, affording ample time to absorb crucial details and make informed decisions for your adventurous journey. With the ability to tailor your own character to suit your playstyle, and an impressive selection of 25 classes, 12 character races, and over 1,000 spells, feats, and abilities, the game provides a wealth of choices for customization. Moreover, its user interface stands out for its clarity and logical design compared to many peers within the genre. The game's dark tone masterfully aligns with the world's lore, where hope seems like a fading memory. It further enhances accessibility by allowing players to opt for either turn-based or real-time combat, permitting strategic adaptability in various combat scenarios. The combat itself maintains a faster pace, a notable contrast to the more gradual adventuring aspect. The alchemy system adds depth to the crafting mechanics. Notably, Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous boasts exceptional voice acting, a rarity in classic RPGs. While the story could have been further refined, it remains adequate enough to drive players forward. The game embraces the hallmark of a good RPG by offering meaningful dialogue choices that significantly impact the game's progression and narrative. These choices often navigate morally ambiguous territory, transcending the conventional notion of good versus evil. Aligning with apparent antagonists to advance one's own agenda can lead to numerous compelling outcomes. In conclusion, this game's outstanding accessibility features and commendable pacing make it equally enjoyable for newcomers and seasoned veterans. With its wealth of choices, engaging combat mechanics, and impactful decision-making, Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous is a compelling RPG experience. And number 5 we have Neverwinter Nights Complete Adventures, a game that encompasses not only the base game of Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition, but with all the expansions and additional content, resulting in an astonishingly vast array of gameplay. Set in the Dungeons & Dragons Forgotten Realm universe, specifically the 3rd edition, this action RPG revolves around the noble quest to save the city of Neverwinter from the harrowing plague known as Wailing Death. Character creation is a captivating aspect, offering a plethora of class choices, including the option to play as a multi-class character. For those new to the RPG genre, daunted by the complexities of such a game, character packages are available, featuring pre-made characters to ease the entry into the adventure. Although pre-made, these characters can still be customized to align with one's preferred playstyle. Initially, the base story might exhibit a gradual pace, but it progressively gains momentum, particularly upon delving into the expansion packs and DLCs. Surprisingly, the base game heavily emphasizes combat, sometimes leading to extended combat sequences at the expense of significant dialogue choices. Unlike most RPGs, the protagonist largely ventures alone in the base game, accompanied only by a single companion. However, the narrative expands with the inclusion of the expansion packs. Notable improvements emerge, featuring enhanced and tightly woven stories, reduced padding to prolong gameplay, the opportunity to recruit multiple companions for joint adventures, and most importantly, the reintroduction of impactful RPG decisions that influence the unfolding tale. Moreover, the game offers a remarkable ability to craft custom campaigns and engage in multiplayer gameplay. Players can even assume the role of the Dungeon Master, emulating the experience of playing a classic tabletop Dungeons & Dragons session. The Complete Adventures package encompasses an abundance of content, making it an incredibly enticing option for anyone seeking an authentic and timeless RPG experience. In conclusion, for those yearning to immerse themselves in a classic RPG adventure, opting for the Neverwinter Nights Complete Adventures is undoubtedly a wise and enticing choice, considering the immense wealth of content it offers. At number 6 we have Icewind Enhanced Edition, a remastered version of the beloved 2000 RPG game Icewind Dale, accompanied by its expansions Heart of Winter and Trials of the Lure Master. As a remake, it retains the nostalgic essence of a pen and paper RPG, which permeates the entire gaming experience. The narrative commences with 6 adventurers gathered in a tavern in East Haven, approached by a mysterious stranger who sets them on a quest. This enhanced edition boasts minor improvements over the GOG's complete edition of Icewind Dale, incorporating additional content that was initially excluded from the original release. Furthermore, the game incorporates a diverse array of equipment, classes, and class kits imported from Baldur's Gate. Quality of life enhancements such as the option to skip dialogue, a loot finder tool, and a zoom function have been thoughtfully included to enhance the gameplay experience. Notably, the introduction of a new cross-platform multiplayer mode enables players to enjoy the game alongside friends on their phones and tablets. Differing from classic RPG tropes, Icewind Dale places less emphasis on interactive characters and inter-party dialogues, and recruiting additional members for your adventure is not a possibility. Players begin with a complete party of 6 characters from the outset, either crafting each one individually or opting for one of the pre-built teams. The game's narrative might not be its strongest attribute, as it predominantly centers around combat and the relentless pursuit of murdering foes. However, it does adhere to older Dungeons & Dragons rules, necessitating a period for newcomers to acclimatize themselves. Additionally, players are advised to employ quick saving before each battle, given that fallen characters must be resurrected by a priest, a process that can be time-consuming. Icewind Dale's steep learning curve may not cater to every player's preferences, but those willing to invest time in mastering its systems might discover a rewarding and enjoyable experience within the frozen wilderness of Icewind Dale. At number 7 we have Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition, an isometric RPG game originally crafted in 1997, but masterfully enhanced to meet contemporary gaming standards. Assuming the role of the enigmatic Nameless One, a character awakening without any recollection of their identity, players embark on a profound journey to unearth the mysteries of their immortality and rediscover themselves. Throughout this odyssey, you encounter other individuals whose fates intertwine with your past lives, ultimately becoming integral allies in your quest. A word of caution, this game leans more toward an interactive novel, prioritizing dialogue over combat. While the combat mechanics may not be exceptional, the game's writing and storytelling stand out as one of the most enthralling experiences in gaming. Interestingly, skillfully navigating dialogue choices allows for conflict resolution and plot progression without resorting to violence, akin to the mechanics found in the Fallout games. The game's world exudes a peculiar and surreal ambiance, seamlessly balancing elements of reality and fiction. While the setting may seem strange, it retains a sense of authenticity amidst the surrealism. Delving into the intricacies of this world and its inhabitants constitute the game's defining allure, with captivating environments awaiting exploration and enigmatic mysteries to unravel. A particularly remarkable aspect lies in the diverse cast of characters you encounter. By carefully reading their dialogue, you'll encounter remarkably believable yet fantastic personalities, elevating the game's narrative and story to a whole new level. The game's main stronghold undoubtedly lies in its captivating storytelling. For those seeking to immerse themselves in one of gaming's greatest stories, and who don't mind extensive dialogue reading, Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition is an absolute recommendation. Just ensure to bolster your charisma stat for a truly enriched experience. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle is looking like an absolute steal for anyone trying to massive up their library without breaking the bank. Even though it's a single tier deal, the value is cracked. You're basically getting a curated haul of gems for a fraction of their usual price. It's the perfect one-click upgrade for your Steam collection. If even a few of these titles are on your wishlist, the rest are just legendary bonuses. Grab it, claim the keys, and let's go adventuring. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider buying the channel a coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.